What? Yeah, I sent the link to the YouTube.
Well, welcome to the Flip Flop Power Hour, episode 52, with Roberto Craigan, McKenna Craigan, and Aiden Cibolero.
Thanks, Aiden.
Aiden, good to see you, man.
Oh my God, you guys! Did you see the Bitcoin? It's breaking all-time highs. I think that's what we should talk about. We should do Monday Night Power Hour, the Flip Flop Flipper, blockchain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could you explain blockchain to the people so they know what they're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Blockchain is so simple, you guys. All you have to do.
Hold your breath.
This is all that I did. This is all you have to do.
Uh-huh.
You buy in. No matter when you buy in, 4 years later, you'll be in the profit. 4 years. That's so if you buy in at the top, it's okay. Just hold. That's what I did. Bought in at the top of the last market because it was going to be a super cycle. Bitcoin was going to $100,000.
Now he's a bajillionaire.
And then just 4 years later,
it finally did it.
Bitcoin's at $100,000. All I had to do was hold for 4 long years. It was painful, down 80 or 90% on most of my coins. And I not only held, but I kept increasing. And now I'm up lots and lots of dollars.
Let me tell you, that is
now the trick is, can I get out with a profit? Because I get a little greedy, I got to tell you.
Similar to real estate in that there's, if you hold, you're going to win. I think the nice thing with real estate is you're never, ever going to go down 80 or 90%. That's for sure.
You shouldn't go down 80 or 90% in real estate. You can get cash flow. Well, I mean, I guess there are some coins you can get cash flow. You stake your stuff, right, Adon? And
I stake
2 or 3%.
My H-bar and my Cardano. I am not like these guys who just jump in, buy, and get out. And I'm not really good at day trading. I'm really good at buying what I like and leaving it there forever.
Yeah.
And eventually, when I hit 94, I'll be like, look, I have $1,000 in my bank account that I could spend now.
I invested $1,000, and now just 60 years later, I have $1,000.
Yes, that's.
I think that all the day traders lose money. It's like 99% of them.
My goodness, do you watch this stuff where, like, even when it goes up, they're wiping out millions and millions of dollars on the shorts, and then when it goes down, they wipe out millions and millions of dollars on the longs. If you were trading this stuff with leverage, that's a dangerous game. At least it seems about. Like every week I hear about at least tens of millions or hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars being liquidated and wiped out. I don't know why people do that. You've got to have really deep pockets to play in that game.
Yeah.
And know what the hell you're doing. I wouldn't do it because I don't know what I'm doing well enough to do it. And guys, I say that as someone who I have for 4 years studied this stuff. And I still don't know what I'm doing. So be very careful with it.
What do you know good enough to do?
I'm pretty good at real estate.
That's awesome. Also, I think that there's no one here in this live. I've never seen that before.
There's 2 people. And it's
One
probably
of them is me. Who else is here?
It's Robert.
Oh, I'm not there.
Man.
Well, we didn't send the thing out on Facebook.
Oh, Icarus made it.
Icarus made it.
All right.
Icarus, you're the only person here, so let's have a conversation. Mark's here.
People are trickling in now. Good.
They heard that we were going to talk about blockchain, and they're like, "No, fuck that. We'll come back next week when these guys talk about something they know about."
When they actually know what's going on.
Oh, we had coffee delivered by people, and it came cold, and it's gross.
But the cupcakes were good. What cupcakes you say? There is no cupcakes.
Coffee and cupcakes. What a good DoorDash. I usually make a coffee before this, and I missed it. Icarus blockchain is my jam. What are you trading? And do you own any real estate? Yeah. What Icarus do you like?
If you are in the Flip Flop Flipper group, send McKenna a direct message right now, and we'll bring you up here and ask you all the blockchain questions right now. Do it now.
I got your email, McKenna.
And if you haven't joined, it's the Flip Flop Flipper at the school account.
I think it's hard not to talk about blockchain right now, guys. Like yeah, we're real estate investors, but here's the thing. If you're a blockchain investor, how do you get out profitably, and what are you going to do with your profits? Because I do think that it's true. There's a cycle. I believe that there's cycles. I've studied it enough to know that. And at some point the cycle ends and then it goes back down for 4 years. So buying real estate ought to be a good option. So that's something. But I'd like to talk to anybody who is investing and going to make lots of money in the blockchain and talk about how they're going to get out profitably. And then maybe we partner up on a real estate deal.
I want to tokenize one of our real estate deals.
I want to do that too.
Someone's going to invent that system and make a lot of money.
I mean, I think there are people already doing it
out there.
But
it's just like the fund. You gotta structure it like a what's the other thing that's not a fund? A syndication.
Yeah.
You gotta structure it like a syndication, and then from there you gotta move it to a coin like Ethereum or something like that, and then from there start selling shares.
I see a sea of green, except for my second most popular thing, the one I like. Nope. Yep. My first most popular thing. Sorry. The H bar's down 1%. What the hell? Why? Sea of green except for H bar. What's going on?
It's tanking hard.
It's down 1%. Solana's down.
So you start talking about it and it shifts the market.
Bitcoin is up. Ethereum is up. XRP is up.
You're like the anti Elon Musk.
Sui is down.
He sends the market up, you send it down.
Let's go into my account. See. I am hovering around the same as I was earlier today.
Kevin's going to come on. I'm sending him the link on school.
Let's do it, Kevin.
He's going to join.
Let's go.
One thing I wanted to say too before we move on, and I'd get so much hate if you guys clip this and put it on Reddit. Everyone there in the crypto community will think I'm a trader. But the thing that I think most people that do crypto miss and don't understand or fuck up is that they make all of this money in crypto. And whatever that is, you just need to pick your number. Is it $1 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 100,000? And they get to that number and then they just hodl and they keep their risk profile the same as if they only had, $5,000 and they're happy to lose it. No one's happy to lose 100,000 or $1 million or 5 million.
Oh my God! Did you see the guy with Doge last time around where he had put like 50 or 60 or 80 grand in and went up to millions and millions, and then, well, he's got it back now.
Oh, I thought
as long as he held on, he's back. But I hope he sells this time.
I think you just got to adjust your risk profile though. You get to your $1 million or whatever number you set, and you need to change your portfolio. You got to buy stocks and sell crypto and de-risk, because it isn't, the gains that you can get isn't worth the risk that you have to incur and lose it all when you've made life-changing money. And that's where I think real estate is pretty exciting, because you can go and make $1 million of capital gains and then you can put it in a real estate investment. And there's a lot of ways to defer those taxes, to erase those taxes using real estate. There's a ton of systems. So anyways, that's my piece. Kevin, I sent you the link on school. I think you're going to come in now. We'll see you here. If you guys have any questions about real estate or crypto, put them in the chat. Let us know
crypto and real estate. We do.
Or if you've done tokenization,
we'd like to tokenize some real estate. I think that would be fun. I've wanted to do that for 4 years now.
Yeah. So since I
started last time.
Yep.
And now I'm back. I'll do it again, I want to do it. I think as real estate investors, to some level, you have a little bit of an advantage over other people who are just getting into buying, particularly like right now, where there's so much hype in the market and they're going to come in and they're going to buy at the top of the market. And I'm not saying we're at the top of the market yet, but there are going to be people that hear the hype and then come in at the top of the market. And real estate investors, I think if you're doing this real estate stuff for any amount of time, you're less likely to be the one who buys in at the top of the market. Even though I did it last year, I didn't really do it. I had someone pay for a piece of real estate, using a stable coin, and I thought that I could just make a couple quick bucks at Christmas time 4 years ago, and then it went straight down. But don't do that. But I think that the kind of avatar that is a real estate investor has an advantage over a lot of other people in the world, because we're used to buying low and selling high, and we're used to looking at assets in a way that we look for value add, and we look for utility, and we look for security and safety in our investments, right?
Yeah, and guys, I just want to let you know the most important part about all this is not financial advice. Neither is it crypto advice. Please don't listen to people on YouTube.
Guys, we really don't know what we're talking about with crypto. I mean, we can give you intelligent answers on real estate, not advice, but you know what we do, how we do it. Crypto, man, we're just gambling. People tell us on Reddit what to do. We watch some YouTube videos.
Robert doesn't call it gambling. Calls it speculative investing.
I don't gamble.
He doesn't gamble.
I stopped gambling.
I told him you're gambling. He's like, no, I'm not gambling.
No. I do think maybe the difference between speculative investing and gambling, if you're speculating investing correctly, you have over a 50% chance to make money. Whereas, gambling in a casino, at least you're going to lose statistically.
Well, and I do think also all of my crypto stuff, the investment represented less than 1% of my net worth. So people say invest what you can afford to lose. And I could afford to lose the investment that I made in crypto. It would suck because 1% is still a good chunk of money. Now that we had this massive little run up, it's probably gotten closer to 2%. Maybe net worth's gone up some too, so maybe not, but it's more than 1, I'm sure.
Hey, Kevin, let us know if you're still coming. And if everybody that's here, hit the like button, send this to a friend that's interested in real estate. We love to get the word out and, get more and more people involved. So if you know anyone that wants to do this too, if they have questions, if you want to get started, if you want to do more, that's what this whole show is about. And this works best when you guys are asking questions. What's going on in your guys' business? Where are you stuck? Where are you succeeding? Let's get talking.
We do have 16 people watching and only 3 or 4 likes. Nope, 6 likes. We're getting the likes coming in, but let's try and smash that like button there and get us up above 10 likes. We got 16 people, so that just means most of you need to hit the like button, but some of you already have.
This works better if you ask questions, guys. If not, Robert's going to be telling us more about crypto.
I got crypto stories now. I'm excited about stories. Crypto.
Yeah, tell us a crypto story while we wait.
So my best investment, not gambling, speculative investment. I took some advice from a guy at church that I met the first day I ever met him. He's in Puerto Rico, and so we have a big blockchain. We have a big blockchain investment community here, and he told me about this thing called HBAR. So I did, what any sane person would do. I invested $1,000 into this thing called HBAR because somebody at church told me one time that I should. And then over a long period of time, I became convinced of it, and I started moving other assets in the blockchain into it. And so I ended up with a nice investment in it. And now I'm up, I think, something close to 600% on it. And I'm talking about, guys, up on this one particular thing called HBAR, 600% over the last month. So I was not really up any at all a month and a week ago, 5 weeks ago.
Too bad no one told you about Bitcoin at church in 2015. If you'd bought $1,000 worth,
too bad,
dude.
I don't think I was going to church enough back then, McKenna. That's the problem. I wasn't dialed in with the Lord.
Yeah,
I was in high school.
That's what you get. Yeah.
When a buddy of mine said, "Look at this thing for 1 cent. It's Bitcoin." I'm like, "What's that?" Get off the computer. We're playing Halo on Lang. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Take that thing away. We're all here ready to play.
Jeez,
so,
dude. Did he buy some?
No. I don't know if he did. I think he lost his mind, actually.
But even if you bought some at 1 cent back then.
Yeah.
And it goes to 10 cents.
Yeah.
Then, if you put $1,000 in at 1 cent and it goes to 10 cents, you're selling. Maybe if you did that, you'd hold on to one or two, but if you're lucky. But I think oftentimes people with that stuff, if you get in and you make a profit, you're going to get out.
Yeah. And you should. And we have our first couple questions rolling in, so we'll get started. Kevin's asking, how long does it take to be approved for construction permits in San Juan?
What kind of permits and where's your project? This is why it's good if Kevin wanted to come in, we could talk face to face. But was that who was coming in?
It's a different Kevin.
It's a different Kevin. Everybody's Kevin tonight.
Everyone's Kevin.
Kevin, put in the chat where's your project? What kind of project is it? So the reason why I say that is because the projects that are not on the coast are much quicker than the projects that are on the coast. If you're in Ocean Park, if you're in Condado, and you're, if you can see the water, or if you can run to the water in less than 100 yards, then you're going to take longer to get your permits in basically anywhere on the island when you're that close to the water. If you're up in the mountains somewhere, you may not need permits at all. Not advice here. I'm not saying that you should renovate things, but one time we heard about a person who renovated a house up in the mountains in Caguas and sold it and made a bunch of money.
I heard of that story. It's a good story.
I've heard that story too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
And if you do get caught by not doing permits, they just make you go get your permits, and it's slow and it sucks.
Give you a fine.
You're going to lose money, and you're going to
get a fine. You'll get a fine. And truthfully, 7 years ago when we showed up on the island, I think there was 1 or 2 people that were on the island that would look at these kind of projects and maybe say, hey, you have to get a permit. Now, fast forward 7 years, and they've got a whole army of people that are looking for it.
Yeah.
And so if you're doing big renovations in a visible area, you're going to have a permit. If you're not on the coast, I think you could get a permit in a month, 6 weeks, something like that. If you do all of your paperwork right.
Well, it depends as well. Like if you're going to do a full ground up construction, then yes, your permits can take 6 months to a year to 2 years, I've heard. But if you're doing like an exempt permit where you're changing tiles, doors, just interior stuff without changing the facade outside, that should be a pretty quick permit. You should have it in less than a month, hopefully, if you have the right guy on your team.
Yeah.
Ruberns, we'll get to your question in just a second, but Kevin followed up. This would be in Santurce. It's a lot with intentions of building a multifamily building close to Calle Luisa. We love Calle Luisa, and we love Santurce.
So that's a ground up construction. It's more than an exempt permit.
Yeah.
I think you're probably looking at something between a month and 6 months.
And it depends a lot on your team of who is your person dealing with the government, who's your engineer, how organized and how quick are they. And if you have someone that, is close with the government and knows what you need, then it'll move a lot quicker. Versus if you get someone who's not so good at it, it's going to take 6 months.
Yeah, if you've got good architectural drawings and you have everything, all of your ducks in order when you make the application, it shouldn't take an incredibly long period of time, though.
Yeah,
and where I think a lot of people get surprised with the timeline is you get your first round of architectural permits and you think that you've got it all ready to go. You submit them. The government takes 3 weeks to review them and tell you if you're wrong.
That's in the state.
You got to redo them, and then it's going to be another 3 weeks every time you resubmit. And that, at least that's my experience in Florida. I'm sure Puerto Rico's just as bad.
How many times did you resubmit for Adesivo? And when did you get permits?
No, we don't have permits.
I know that's what I'm trying to say.
We're almost 2 years in, and we did it wrong. We got bad advice early on, and we thought we were going to slide through on some portions of it. But we were one of those that was, we were definitely less than 100 yards from the water. So we should have had, as part of having our ducks in a row, we should have had our maritime zone survey. We should have done the percolation tests and make sure that, if we were having
what's a percolation test,
so that the water that runs off of your land doesn't go directly into the ocean and stuff like that. You want it to be absorbed. You want to have good sewage. You don't want that water being you don't want the dirty stuff making its way to the coast.
Dirty stuff.
We've got a question here from Ruberns. I think that's how you say that. He doesn't know where to start. How would you get started in real estate tonight, guys, or not tonight, today, tomorrow, this new year? January 1st is coming up. A lot of people like to do a new year, new career. What would you guys do to get started? If you didn't have experience, you didn't have money, what are you doing?
Yeah, I like that new year, new career. Where would I start in 2025? And do we know, is Ruben not in a position where he has any cash at all, or is he in a position that he's got some money? Because there's different ways to start then. Obviously, if you have no money, I would look at what type of real estate do I want to get into. I want to become a wholesaler because I can contract things and then pass them on to the next real estate investor and make some quick cash. Do I want to go out and negotiate subject to deals? If I'm in the States, I'd be definitely looking at negotiating subject to deals. I'd go straight to the foreclosure list and the tax deed lists in wherever you add Anytown, USA. And I would start calling up those people that are on that list, because those are distressed sellers. Distressed sellers are who you want to solve problems for. And I would be looking to take over existing loans and or setting up seller finance deals so that I could come in and fix problems for a seller. Maybe I have to pay the taxes and do some repairs, but I would then get into the property for a low down payment and start making payments, having the seller as the seller financing, make them the bank, or take over their existing loan. What do you think, McKenna?
Well, he says he has some cash.
He does have some cash.
Yeah.
I think it depends on your work ethic and how much cash you have. If you're really trying to do a lot of sweat equity, I think a really good place to learn is wholesaling, where get a list of people that have some kind of problem, whatever list you want, contact them and get the houses under contract and then sell them to other investors is an excellent way to get started, because you learn just so much about the real estate transaction and what is a good deal and what's not a good deal. If you have a little bit more cash, I think going in and trying to find these subject to deals are awesome. You know, if you can give someone 10 or 20 grand and then take over their mortgage at 3% and, you know, flip the house, there's a lot of opportunity doing those. And I guess the first thing you need to do in any scenario is find a deal. You can't do anything else if you don't have a deal. You can't talk to investors. You can't, you know, get more detailed advice on next steps. You need a deal, even if it's a bad one, because then at least someone can tell you this is a bad deal and here's why. But if you have a good one, they're going to tell you that too, and it kind of gets the whole process rolling. That's what I think.
The flip-flop credo? It's
deal first.
It's not the money.
It's the deal.
The deal.
It's the deal.
We are deal first, guys. McKenna's absolutely right, though. We think that everything starts with a deal. That's how you have the conversations. That's where you can become a wholesaler, become a value-add real estate investor. If you've got a great deal and you bring it to a community like we've got, the Flip Flop Flipper, hopefully most of the people who are watching us tonight are in that community already. But if you're not, you can join it for free. McKenna will put the link in the description. And you can also come in there and check out some of our educational stuff. And we have resources. But the main thing that the Flip Flop Flipper community is a resource for you to network with other like-minded real estate investors who want to do deals, who are asking the same question. I mean, it's a great question, right? Like, how do I get started? And then I would go another answer, or another way that I would say this is, if Ruben, if you have enough money that you can buy a house cash, I would probably look for a flip. I like buying something, fixing it up, and selling it as a first one-off. And why is because when you do a flip, you learn every piece of being a real estate investor. You learn where to find it, which you could let a wholesaler bring it to you, and that's fine. You learn how to pay for it and go through the title process, how to hire a contractor and get it renovated, and then hire a realtor to put it on the market and sell it for you. You get to learn so much. That first flip that you do is really like I'd say a semester of college, if not more. Like it's a big education. The education you can get from coming in and talking on the Flip Flop Flipper Power Hour or joining a free community pales in the comparison to the education you'll get by doing your first deal.
Yep, absolutely.
No other way to look at it. That is just the truth.
Our good friend Jason just said the money is made on the buy, not the sell. And if you guys are looking for a way to get started and you want to do wholesaling, I know Jason, the Puerto Rican, has a school community as well, where he's teaching virtual wholesaling. I think he's in Thailand right now, wholesaling here in the States. So he's an excellent mentor if you're looking for that side of it. We're more of the flip guys. We wholesale, but we like to own stuff too. And we like to do it all. But he's got a great community, and so reach out to him. Check it out. He's in our Flip Flop Flipper group as Jason Statham. Send him a message on school. On to our next question.
Yes.
Good evening.
Someone was really confused. He's not the action star.
Yeah.
He's the action wholesaler.
The action wholesaler.
He's got,
he got banned from the Max Pearson community because of his name, I think. They thought he was a robot. And I'm
Someone was asking me, do you know this Jason Statham guy? I'm like, yeah, that's Jason Ford. No. It's Jason Statham. I'm like, no, it's Jason Ford.
the guy from Fast and the Furious?
Yes, they thought that was the guy in our flip. I was like, if that guy's in there, the price is going up.
The price,
Jason's like a super, he's a helicopter pilot.
He is. Yep. That's true. That is true.
He likes to drive fast cars, he wholesales real estate.
Yeah. Travels the world.
He doesn't mind telling people how to do it. Like
he lives on the edge.
He's a bit of I like to call him real estate investor superheroes.
Yep.
Jason's one of them.
So, and he's there, guys. You can send him a message right now and he'll answer you. Super nice guy. Good evening. I'll jump in first. I'd like to know about tax liens in Florida. How is the process? Is it worth trying it as to start investing?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. When I'm in Florida, I look at the tax deed sale. Probably I won't do it before Christmas because I'm ready to go on a vacation. But next month, January and February, whenever I'm in Florida, I'll be looking at the tax deed sale list. This is the first year that I don't remember buying a tax deed sale in many, many years. I mean, even though I'm mostly investing in Puerto Rico, I think up until this year, I've bought something at the tax deed sale every year except for 2024. So definitely think it's worth it. I definitely think it's worth it. It's a great place to buy. One, anytime you can buy a property that you're getting it for the amount of the taxes, there's a really good chance that you're getting a deal there, right? Yeah. Even if it's vacant land, especially if it's any kind of housing. I just can't think of, I mean, a freaking double wide that's being lost for property taxes is probably a good deal. Actually, a double wide being lost for property taxes means you're buying the land, and it is a good deal. So,
guys, I'm going to share my screen and go through this process of how the Orange County, and this is the same in almost every county in Florida. Some are a little bit different, but for Orange County, you go on to the orange.realtaxdeed.com. It's the real tax deed site. Make an account. It's free. Log in. Click through all this stuff. You should read it. And now from this site, too, you can get to any tax deed or foreclosure in Florida that's online. So they're all right here, and you can just jump county to county to county. They make it super easy to do. You can see I don't bid in this account, but you can go on here. You can go to the calendar. Looks like there's no more for the rest of the year in Orange County.
But you can go click on one of those previous sales and see if anybody bought anything.
Redeemed. All right, this one sold. 0 West Kelly Park Road in Apopka. So this is going to be a lot. Sold for $150,000.
Wow, that's a heck of a lot on Kelly Park Road. Kelly Park Road is okay.
Maybe it's really big. 29 acres.
Oh, you see what I'm saying, guys? 29 acres on Kelly Park Road for $150,000.
That's a deal.
If I'm in Orlando, Florida, the week before this thing goes, we would have been bidding on it. Who bought it?
Let's see. Final bidder was 5166. Do you know him?
Oh yeah, I know him. Who is it? I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know who it is, but I know that that's my friend because we all have the numbers that start with the 5.
And then the more recent people have longer ones.
Yeah, the more recent people will probably be 10s and 11s.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And so you can go on here, guys, and the process. This is how you go to the sale. You pull up the calendar for January. You come in here. You see what is still on the block because these do cancel. And maybe you do like the next 2 weeks. You don't do the ones that have closed or canceled. These got redeemed. Make an Excel sheet with all of these addresses and make a big map. And so there's 17 of them here. Go look at all 17 of them. Knock on the door. There's multiple ways that you can come in and find these deals. You can buy directly from the sellers because they're having money issues, and you can get it before the auction. And you can buy them directly from them. Or you go and visit them all. You know how much you want to bid to because you say, okay, this one on Kayak Way, I've run the comps. I know that this one's worth probably $450,000 fixed up. I'm willing to bid to $250 or whatever it is. I actually think Kayak Way will be more, maybe like $550, $600.
What zip code?
32820.
That's not a zip code.
It's a new build.
Wow, where is that?
$1 million estimate out by UCF.
I'm not familiar with 32820. I've never heard that zip code.
This is north of Bithlow, new construction off of Lake Pickett.
Yeah, okay.
And so this is $1 million house according to Zillow, which on a new build, I think these estimates are pretty good. Their opening bid was $356,000. Who doesn't want to buy $1 million house for $350,000?
If it's a new built house that's worth $1 million and you can buy it for $350,000, you know, what are you waiting on?
That's a steal.
Yeah. And this is January 9th. This hasn't happened yet. If you guys want to bid on this, you can go drive there, make sure the house hasn't burned down because that is a real thing. And that's real bad if it does.
Yep. That can happen.
You're not allowed inside. You know, people live there. You can't go peeking in the windows or anything, but you can get a sense of what's the house look like, is the yard kept, and then make a number. And then you have a couple weeks here to put together some money. And they aren't all $356,000. A lot of them are significantly cheaper. Like this one's $22,000 is the opening bid off of Silversmith Place, 32818. Do you know where 32818 is?
That's Pine Hills.
Yeah. So this house is probably worth $250,000 easily.
That's a house that it's probably worth $250 easily. For $22,000 assessed value, it's probably a lot.
House? No, $22,000 opening bid.
Oh, $22,000 opening bid. Oh, I thought you said assessed value. Yeah.
So this house, the opening bid is $22,000.
And that's probably a $350,000 house.
Yeah, easily. A 4-bed, 3.5 bath. And you see how
we got 26 people watching and only 12 likes. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
This like
is old information we're giving away here.
If we make it at 30 likes, Robert will put $30,000 into your favorite Bitcoin. He told me
on my Coinbase account.
Yeah, on your.
I'll invest $30,000
on
into
your
favorite
shitcoin,
and like buy Pepe.
Buy Pepe.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
Then
I guess
I'll tell you what. Make it
30.
Make it to 30 likes in the next 5 minutes, and I'll put $1,000 into 3 different people's favorite shitcoin.
I like it. Well, and speaking of Bitcoin, going back, Kevin got his camera working. If we want to pull him up, and we can have a quick 5 minutes about coins.
I love it.
Let's do it.
All right, we need likes though. Oh, we're losing subscribers. We were at 29. We're at 25.
Kevin, how you doing?
We only have 14 likes.
Hey, you're on mute.
Unmute.
Here we go.
There you are.
So what kind of crypto are you in, Kevin?
Well, a little bit of everything. I traded Crow for a little bit, crypto.com coin.
Yep.
I entered into Matic when it was at 3 cents. I bought Cardano when it was like 2.5 cents.
Wow.
Now, were you diamond hand and you've been hodling the whole time, or do you trade in and out of these things so you've made money?
I have positions that I have long-term hold, and then positions that I trade.
Nice.
And let's see. I basically was doing DeFi for a little while, where you can get paid to take loans, and then the loan will eventually pay itself off, and then you can use that capital to go invest in other things. That's how I bought my house. And
Nice. See, that's what you do. You make the money and you put it in an asset that you won't lose, like your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think having some investments in crypto right now. Can you tell us then? You've been through a couple of these cycles. You want to explain the kind of the bears and the bull cycles that go along the Bitcoin halving and all that stuff?
Yeah, so it's about a 4-year cycle that it goes through, and it coincides with the halving. And if you're not familiar with the halving, it's when the reward for Bitcoin block completion gets cut in half, and so it immediately adds value through the scarcity mechanics, and then the miners, they have overhead costs, and so they buy and sell based on that. But it creates these sort of bull and bear cycles, and you just kind of track the market, and you can kind of keep an eye on, when's a good time. Usually the beginning of the year, well, usually around the end of the year is a good time for Bitcoin, and then kind of into the beginning, and then like March is usually when things start to shake up. Tax season comes around, and then people liquidate, or they move stuff around to pay taxes. That's usually an event that gets the markets moving a little bit every year.
All right, Kevin, last question before we get back to real estate. What coin should Robert put $1,000 into if we get to 30 likes tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
$1,000?
Not
19,
financial
by the way.
advice.
Well,
You better give me a winner, Kevin.
Yeah, you get banned from school if
Kevin,
you
well, let's
if he
see.
loses 1,000, we're gonna have to charge you twice on Apex.
Oh shit! And if he wins, I get free lifetime membership. What?
Well, we can talk about it.
Give me a big enough win, and I'll
lifetime
cover it for you.
membership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a coin called Render, and it's basically allows you to rent your GPU activity power to the system. So it helps, people have got big projects, and you don't have to have big powerful machines, because you can run it on the blockchain and through this network, and you get paid in the Render coin. And
What's
so
the
far,
ticker for that, and can you buy it on Coinbase?
I'm not sure if you can buy it on Coinbase. I use MEXC to buy a lot of my coins, because they end up having stuff before Coinbase. The trick to these coins is trying to get them in before they hit a big exchange like Binance, Coinbase, Poloniex, that kind of stuff. So it pays to find an exchange that gets the coins quicker.
Makes sense. All right, man.
I got one question for Kevin.
Render is $8.57 today. What do you think that it goes to this cycle?
Oh, that one, if I remember correctly, it's got a fairly low market cap right now. I don't think it's even hit $1 billion. So I would guess, you're probably looking at, what was that one? Let's see. Okay.
Was it Render? That was the one?
Render, yeah. I would say $40 a coin would be not unreasonable, especially in this whole cycle.
Not financial advice, but I like it.
Honestly, the altcoin market has the altcoin boom has not even happened yet. What happens is Bitcoin goes through and just tears everybody up, and the whole market loses value against Bitcoin. One thing that you got to remember is that you should trade against the value of the asset in Bitcoin, not in USD, because USD loses value every year. whereas Bitcoin gains value over the long term. Over the long term, the US dollar will lose value because it's a fiat currency. It's not based on anything. It's guaranteed to lose. Throughout history, every single fiat currency in history has always failed. Always. And unless we peg it back to something real world asset, it will fail because it's not a true currency.
Kevin, thanks very much.
We're headed that way
Kevin.
with the US dollar, by the way.
Before you go, what did you
Yeah.
think of the Apex Bus Tour?
That
Kevin
was
was
awesome.
there
I
with
loved it.
another 38 members
Yeah.
or 40. I don't remember, but it was a big number.
Yep.
38
Kevin and I
including-
got to talk a lot on the bus tour. All right, Kevin. So I'm at 20 likes. If we just get to 30 likes,
He'll buy the thing.
I'll trade $1,000 worth of Bitcoin for $1,000 worth of render tonight, guys.
Well, hey, and if you
Right
guys
away.
give us some more coins in the chat, we can
Live.
diversify a bit. All right,
It'd be
Kevin,
cool
thanks
if
very
we could
much,
get-
man, and looking forward to seeing you some more. And also the Thursday.
What were you
classes on
saying? It'd be cool if
Wednesday
we get
this
what,
week.
Kevin?
Oh, say that
If we
again,
could
Robert.
organize a weekly or a monthly meeting for the local Apex members here in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
that
So
would
that's
be-
something
that-
that
we're
we're
planning.
thinking. Yeah, it'll be way less formal than the bus tour.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
But I think that at least quarterly next year we'll meet, and possibly we can do it more. So I'm going to be leaving town tomorrow, and I'll be back a month from tomorrow, and then we'll start up in late January, early February with that. So
You're going to go become a sheik, right? And then come back and with all your
I'm
oil
gonna go-
money and
I'm
buy
gonna go-
everything.
I'm going to go look at real estate in Doha and Abu Dhabi and
Madagascar.
Dubai and Madagascar and a couple of other islands I've never even heard of.
Sweet.
So it ought to be fun.
Belize.
I'm going
Belize
wherever
uses the US dollar.
Belize?
Yeah, they use the US dollar and they speak English
Nice.
over there. It was one of the places that I investigated before I moved to Puerto Rico. I was almost going to go there.
Sweet. So we'll be doing lots of meetups. And that's something we'll do, lots of in-person stuff. Not only that, but we can do in-person stuff when we're in Florida as well. So we have a lot of the people in Apex are on the island. So if we do something, I don't know if it'll be monthly, but if we do something every couple months, I think
Every
that'd
quarter
be pretty
seems to make more sense than
Yeah.
anything.
cool. Yeah.
We got a busy year, exciting year. Don't want to say anything here, but super exciting stuff coming.
All right,
next
we're
year.
only nine likes away from me having to buy render.
There you go.
Man.
Nice.
Let's do it. Kevin, thank you again for joining us.
Good to see you.
We'll put an event together.
Yeah, no
we'll see you
worries.
there again. All right.
I'm around if you guys have any questions.
Awesome,
right,
man.
let's do
Thanks.
Good talking to you,
All
man. Guys, we have about 20 minutes left too. If you have more questions, we're gonna power through some because we're behind. Hey guys, I'm in Westlake, Florida. I have my house on the market now for $600K. We'll be moving to my grandmother's inheritance house in Sabana Grande. Is that in Puerto Rico, Adon? Do you know?
Where?
Sabana Grande, yes.
I'm very interested in investing and learning. Alex, we have a school community that you can join if you're not already in there. We go in depth on all of this. We have Thursday master classes that are 2-hour long classes on all things real estate investing, both in Puerto Rico and in the States. And we also have a course on how to do your first flip if you're interested in that. Check it out. I think that'd be a very good place to start. But yeah, we'd love to talk more and keep you going. Ronald says hello. Best on the market. McKenna and Robert, greetings, brothers. That's Ronald, the contractor. Who, guys, if you need,
Brothers.
Ronald's
if you
in the
need
house.
something done in Orlando, guys, Ronald is my main contractor. He is awesome. He can do anything you need. So anywhere in Central Florida, he can hook you up.
And he's fast too. We'll send him out for an
Super fast.
estimate, and he'll then just do the job. Then he'll send us a bill, and we'll say, Ronald, that's too much.
It's too late. It's done.
But it's
I
done.
think it keeps him up at night when these jobs aren't finished. I think he just lays there.
I
thinking about it.
do like how fast Ronald is.
It's really good.
I gotta be honest. That's nice.
Yeah.
He knocks it out. All right, we got 23 likes. We should call it early, and I don't have to buy anything, or
We still got a lot of time.
get 7 more likes. There's 30 people watching. We've only got 23 likes, so we probably could get there right now. And I'll buy
For the new
render
watchers, so you understand, if we get 30 likes, he'll put $1,000 into render coin, just because someone on YouTube told him to do it.
Yeah. This
Not
is
because
really,
we're telling you to do
this
it.
isn't me taking or giving advice. This is me just showing you what not to do.
Yeah.
Just having people come up on your chat and saying buy render. You know, I don't know anything about it. I
Never
have
even
heard of it. I have heard of it, and
Oh.
I can buy it on Coinbase. So,
And guys,
I can
just
do it.
remember,
Oh,
this is what he
we're
does.
6 away.
This is what he
Oh.
does for crypto.
Watch,
not what we do for real
We're gonna
estate.
get 30 likes. I'm gonna put $1,000 into it, and it's gonna 10x, and I'm gonna make 10 grand.
And then we've
I'm
got
gonna
to give
do a
Kevin a
fucking
lifetime
YouTube
membership.
video about it.
Connected.
And Kevin's gonna come sit in the chair with me, and I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna be
Thank you,
booted
brother.
out.
Dreams do come true. Is hey, may I have some contacts for lenders on the island? My cooperative does not offer a HELOC. Thanks. I think it's very difficult to get a HELOC on the island, but we do have someone in Apex, Brandon Arish, who has a lead. He's a mortgage broker and can help you get a DSCR. I'm going to drop a link to his account, and you can message him directly. Let me do it in the free one so you can.
Yeah, I don't know why HELOCs aren't a thing. Well, I say that, and lots of lending programs just aren't a thing on the island right now. So hopefully HELOCs are coming, because that's a great way to pull out some equity and be able to invest in other things. They're extremely popular right now in Florida, because you have those low interest rate loans that we talked about, and you can borrow against your equity on top of your low interest rate loan. That's phenomenal. If we could do that on the island of Puerto Rico, we could free up billions of dollars of pent up equity.
Billions and
billions of dollars. We're only 4 away from me wanting to buy the render coin.
4 more.
Jeez.
4 more likes.
Hey, guys, and if you guys have more coins, I think we could get him to do more money. So put in some coins.
I mean,
in the chat.
well, yeah, I did say I'd do a couple.
The Puerto Rican, Jason, we were hyping him up earlier. Sitting in northern Thailand as we speak, just did a 50K wholesale. The sky is the limit. Life is pretty good. I get that everywhere I go, that he's a hero, I think. Great evening and happy holidays from Des. Des, good to see you.
Hey, Des, I saw where you are interested in the duplex in Arecibo. How do you say Arecibo? Arecibo. I spelled it wrong in my video. I got called out. I had to respell it. It took me 3 times to get it, even though people were telling me how to spell it. I'm just an idiot. But now I know how to spell it. Arecibo.
No, that's wrong.
Are.
I don't know. I was just kidding.
Oh, you don't know. Okay.
I don't know either. So,
but anyways, we've got a duplex for sale. Des is interested in it. So reach out to Adon. I leave tomorrow, but Adon can help you with it, Des. And I'd like to do something with you. So call him up and talk to him about, he knows the deal. I mean, I want 35% down if I'm going to do seller financing. So I know maybe you don't have that, and we'll have to figure out how we could set it up so that you partner with someone who's got some cash or something.
let's do it, Des.
And then speaking of seller financing, random, I'm local to PR. Why is it so hard to find seller finance deals on the island?
Random, you came to the right place. We have a seller finance deal in Arecibo with 35% down, 9% interest, and a 5-year balloon. You can get in this deal.
Yeah. To answer the question, though, it's hard to find seller finance deals anywhere. First of all, realtors don't want to take seller finance offers to their sellers. So they'll just either not submit your offer, or they'll poo-poo it. You know, if you submit an offer that says, here's a great offer, but they want you to be the bank and you get to earn this passive income, and we're going to sell your house at top dollar. That's one way you could submit it. Or you could, as a realtor, say, hey, you got this shitty offer. It's seller finance. They want you to be the bank. We don't know who they are. They might have bad credit. We don't want to do it. You can see how they could steer people away from accepting your deal. So if you're going to get seller finance deals accepted anywhere, really, you're better off talking directly with the seller. So you want to get the person who could be your problem, which oftentimes could be a realtor, get them out of the way. So I don't think that that's an island of Puerto Rico thing, because we've done many seller finance deals. at both as a buyer and as a seller in Puerto Rico. So Adon's right. We sell a lot of times with seller financing. I just had a big one cash out. Jerry Norton bought the Looking Glass Hotel from us, and we lent him $1.2 million, and he cashed us out a year early. And so that went pretty well.
Yeah, Jerry Norton's got a great story about that.
Yep. So we've got 29 people watching, 28 people watching, 26 likes. If you haven't liked it, if you want me to buy the render coin,
four.
Just more. We're almost done. We got like 5-10 minutes.
Guys, go to your alternative accounts and go like the video.
Yeah. So back to the seller finance thing. It's all about getting out there and making the offers. And
it's a numbers game. You need to be talking to people all of the time. That's how I find mine. It's you can't fall in love with one deal. You need to be making offers on everything you see.
And guys, make it as simple as possible when you go explain this stuff. Do not get overly complicated with percentages. Do not be like, I can give you this and that. It's just try to keep your deal as simple as possible, at least to start the conversation. Because if you overcomplicate it and you tell them you'll be the bank and this and that, and then it just throws them off. And I'm like, I don't want to be a bank. I want my money today.
Yeah.
What's that commercial? I need my money now. That's Peachtree.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Kevin's asking, would an empty lot qualify for the 40% tax credit for ground up build? If so, would it be possible to retroactively apply to include the purchasing price of the lot for the 40%?
Okay. So
first half,
yes, ground up construction does work for Act 182. I think we're talking about Act 182.
Yeah, it could be 182 or 60, really.
It would qualify for either. Easier to qualify for Act 60 because that can pretty much be anywhere on the island. Act 182 is urban renewal, so it has to be inside of the Vivienda maps for the urban centers in the different municipalities. So I'd say the first thing to do would be to Google search the maps, or Adon, maybe you could put the map for Vivienda and that someone could pull up. But you want to see if you're in that urban area. If you are, and you are going to do the ground up construction, I don't know how much your purchase was on the land, but if it's significant enough that it really moves the needle, I think there's a way for you to try to get it to be retroactive. There's another thought I have: just simply sell your land to a new entity that's going to develop the ground up construction, and then that new purchase price would be included plus your construction. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Hey, we're only 3 away from. I'm excited. I think I'm going to make 10 grand on the render play.
Guess what's the next comment? Jason says, if we make it to 50 likes, Robert Krager will shave his head.
No.
Oh. How many likes would it take, Dad?
More like he'll stop picking his toe.
How many likes to shave
I'd rather buy another shit coin off of somebody on the street that then shave my head, although I don't mind. My hair always grows back.
All right, we'll do this, guys. He just had a video get to 4,000 views about investing in Puerto Rico. If we get that video to 10,000 views, we'll get him to shave his head. So if you guys get out there and push it, get us 6,000 more views.
How about we get McKenna and Adon to shave their head?
You'll shave
our head if you get that video to 10,000. How about that? Huh?
You shave yours at 10. I'll shave mine at 20. Don can shave his at 30.
I think we all do it. Let's all do it at 30.
Let's all do it at 30,000. 30,000 views, guys. Get it out there and share that video.
And what about XRP? You say these things and then oh my God, I got to buy render. Look at that. We got 30 likes. I think Adon went in and liked it 6 times.
Renee says, how do I buy that render? Renee, this is not financial advice, but Coinbase.
So Renee, I'm going on Coinbase right now, and I'm going to use my Coinbase Pro account, and I'm going to go to convert.
We are only doing this because of a challenge, and we asked Kevin, who came on the show, one coin he recommended for us. That's also not financial advice for you. You're going to lose all your money if you buy this stuff, I'm sure, but you're welcome to join in on the ride.
All right. And so I went to convert, and I'm going to convert Bitcoin, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, into the render. That's the ERC20. Render ERC20. Okay, I hope I got the right one. RENDER. Review order. I'll get 110.295. I get 110.289. Convert now. Convert now.
I don't think you
Okay.
should show the screen, Adon. I think people can steal that stuff.
I'm not showing the screen.
Yeah.
I did it though. You can take my word for it. It says trade successful.
Nice.
I got 110.2893134
Here.
renders.
Before you get out of there, let me see.
Oh, he broke the phone.
When is the meetup in Florida? We're going to try and do some next year while Adon's doing his thing there. So hopefully, in the first couple months of 2025, we'll get something planned. Not sure what it'll look like. We'll have to see how many people want to come, where we can do it. But yeah, we're actively trying to do more and more and more. So let us know what you guys want in 2025.
I'm already losing money. Damn it, Kevin.
You're losing money already?
Already.
How much are you down? Everybody's selling. They saw you buy.
Sell. I mean, hey, that's a pretty solid play. Like if you watch Nancy Pelosi buys a stock, you should buy the stock. If you see that I buy a stock or a blockchain thing, you should sell it.
1%. Get out.
All right. There we go.
This is supposed to be the.
I'm down $14.51. Holy cow, that was
Kevin.
cool.
What the hell, man?
Damn it, Kevin. So these are the Centro Urbano maps that supposedly you're supposed to do 182 in.
Are you sharing your screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Nice. Okay.
So this is Carolina, and I love these maps because they are very ridiculous. It's just here's a picture of a square.
We can't see the map.
Now go to Google Maps.
Adon, we can't see the map.
There you go.
There we go.
So it's a picture with a red line and says, "Here you go. Go to Google Maps and figure out this puzzle."
Just where is this?
I don't
That's
think
what I'm saying.
You can't go to Google Maps. I think you just have to look directly at the thing and see if you can find your building inside of the red.
And we did that. We did that with San Juan. Let's see.
I've been looking at some of these abandoned schools in Hatillo and Gamoy. Two of them, they're cutouts. So the red line goes right up to the driveway of the school, completely cuts the school out, and then goes behind the school and cuts everything else back in. It's like probably they're cut out because they know that they're schools and they weren't for housing. But I think a really good play would be to find one inside of one of these red maps and turn the abandoned housing or the abandoned school into housing.
So basically, all Barrio Obrero, some of Santurce, and
yeah, most of Santurce, Barrio Obrero, Rio Piedras. What's the one outside of Old San Juan? No. Porta de Tierra.
Here's the other one.
Porta de Tierra.
So this one, I could tell you here.
Look at that map with the cutout. That's a school or something they cut out. What else could that be?
We're no longer looking at the screen, guys.
Damn it.
Screen
yard.
Jorge is looking for, or George, or I don't know. Adon, you'll have to help me. I'm terrible with the Spanish J's.
Someone with a Spanish name.
Someone with a Spanish. Aiden, please.
Aiden, would you please help us?
You guys are the expert.
Dude, it's just the J's. I can't pronounce them.
It's Jorge.
I'm a dumb American. I'm looking for a commercial place / house. Any information, please. What size are you looking for? We have 24,000 square feet in Santurce. Is it in this little red box? Your Santurce?
Yes. Yeah.
It's right here.
We have 24,000 square feet in this little red box too.
You're talking about Covian's Plaza?
I am.
Yeah. What's Jorge looking for?
It just says commercial place or house. Any information, please.
Are you looking for something to live in, or are you looking for something to house hack?
Jorge, we need more information.
Yeah. Give us more.
We'll come back to you. Saludos. Do land trusts exist in Puerto Rico? Similar. How people can associate real estate in Florida and other states to a land trust?
LLCs.
Yeah, so the closest thing is a series LLC. That's what we use. We use land trusts in Florida. They're the best way to own real estate as far as I'm concerned. We do lots of partnerships, and when you have a land trust, you can have a trustee that is technically the owner, and then all of the partnership stuff is done inside of the land trust. That's where the beneficial interest is. It's very hidden. It's a really kind of good way to form partnerships and own real estate. Unfortunately, they don't work on the island. So LLCs, one-off LLCs, series LLCs is what we use, so that each property gets its own EIN number, and it's one entity per EIN. If there's a better way to own real estate and people want to put it in the chat, I'm happy to learn about it. But so far, that's what we've seen. Just doing an LLC. And if you're not going to buy a whole bunch of pieces of real estate, if you're going to buy one or two things, just use an LLC.
You can go get a list of all the dead people in the air and just use their names, buy it in their names. Like they do to buy votes. I don't know. Same way you buy votes.
I don't think you want to do it,
Mail-in
man.
I would not. I think, we don't give financial advice, but that's bad financial advice.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take that.
That was bad.
This is approved by the Flip Flop Flipper channel.
I like it with the boat. If you want to have an illegal boat, that makes sense because you don't care if you lose it. But a house,
yeah, but you have to have a marbete on a boat, just like you have to have a marbete on a car. You can only have a dead person own the thing for 1 year. Then you have to renew it. It doesn't work.
Damn it.
All right, Emmanuel says, I have found a few seller finance deals. I just offer on everything. Get the realtor on your side and get their trust, and they'll definitely show it to the seller. And guys, he is in the school community. So if you're looking for these deals, send him a message on school. He'll answer you.
Yep.
I'll link his profile too. I linked Brandon's earlier.
Emmanuel is one of those wholesalers here on the island that's actually wholesaling. So if you guys are looking for good deals, reach out to him.
Yeah, back to that original question. Kind of everything is a little harder on the island. Like buying subject to deals, it's easier in Florida than it is in Puerto Rico. Finding a seller finance deal is probably easier in Florida than it is in Puerto Rico. But that doesn't mean that finding them is easy. It just means that having the data and being able to contact enough people to find a deal. I mean, so in order to find a seller finance deal, McKenna, what do you talk to? Hundreds of sellers?
Yeah, I think if you talk to, if realistically, if you spend your day and you talk to 30 or 40 sellers, you're going to get one in like a week.
Yeah, if you do 30 or 40 a day, you could get one in a week or two.
Yeah, and that's not that long, guys. Like you are 3 or 4 days away from having a deal in hand if you have a list of deals and you know how to underwrite them and you have phone numbers. You can call these people and get a deal like that. And a lot of people, when they have a distressed house that they don't give a shit about and they want to get rid of it, you call them up and you save the day. They're going to want to sell and go under contract immediately. They've been wanting to get rid of this thing, then they just don't know how and they don't really care. So then you call and take care of that problem for them, and it happens that quick. Going on, and guys, we're running out of time here. We're a little bit over, so last round of questions. I put Emmanuel's link here in the chat. Hey, Robert, what houses do you have for seller financing?
He has a duplex in Arecibo.
I'll tell you what, reach out to Adon, because Adon can, you can give them all.
We got a bunch of stuff for sale. Some of it is seller finance, some of it is cash. Reach out to me on the Flip Flop Flipper school with your name, and I'll get all the info to you. That's me.
And when I do seller financing, guys, I look for 35% down. So I want my asking price and then 35% down. I like to be at 9% interest. I'll be flexible on the amortization and somewhat flexible on a balloon payment. But generally speaking, I want to be out in 1 to 3 years. If I get a big enough down payment, I will stretch it to 5 years. But I don't like to stretch the seller finance deals out past 5 years. Not unless we could build in a renewal that I get some significant more money down or something like that. But we do have some seller finance deals, and I am creative. So
Guys,
And I like making deals.
the messages for this house are starting to pile in. So if you want it, send the message.
We'd love to sell it. I also have a house in Orlando, Florida. That's a move-in ready rental. It needs a paint job.
You need to send me the pin.
If you want a house, a rental property in Orlando, send me a message. I'm selling it cash. Kevin has another coin for you. If you like Hashgraph, then you might like Graft, GRT.
Oh, you got Graft.
Are you still down on your render trade, Dad? I mean, I don't know if you can take any more advice from Kevin.
Kevin, am I still down on the render trade? Let's see.
And he says it's not about timing the market.
Oh my God, it's tanking.
My portfolio says
it's right there. It should be one of the
render. Up. I'm down almost. Well, I'm down $17. It's gotten worse.
Kevin, make the bleeding stop, man. Come on.
I mean, I was really expecting to be able to sell at a $10,000 profit. This is crypto after all. How long do I have to wait?
At least another 30 seconds.
His
Kevin Gill is the
Apex bill is going to be $20 more.
I do like Graph. I invested in Graph the last bull run, and that was one of my 80% negatives for a long time. I dumped out on it. I think I lost $1,000 on it last time, but I was looking at it thinking I might buy back in. It's at like 26 or 27 cents right now.
Kevin is saying, if the home is built under Act 60 for tourism, how long would the property have to be dedicated to tourism?
Damn it. That is a really good question. And that's the second time I've had that question in a couple of weeks. At least 4 years. I'm not sure. I think it's a 15-year decree, and you have a responsibility to keep it that thing that you get the tax credits for a period of time, and I don't know how many years. It's not like you can just do it for 4 years, get your tax credits, and then turn it into long-term housing.
You can ask Mario.
We could ask Mario. We should ask Mario. So
what if you sold it too? Because the buyers wouldn't have no obligation, right?
No. If you sell it with the decree, like we sold the surfing turtle with the decree, then they have a responsibility to keep it. But there's benefits for them keeping it too, right? Like, so we sold it, they got a better price because we had taken the 30%. In that case, it was 30%. But they still are paying only 10 cents on the dollar on the income tax. They only pay 10 cents on the dollar on property tax. They, with the decree that they inherited from us, don't have to pay the 11.5% sales tax when they go to places like Home Depot. And
what do they do? Show the paper and they're like,
yeah,
no tax for me.
I don't know how that works. We've never. I show the thing like, hey, I'm not supposed to pay the tax, and they're like, no, fuck you, pay. And we haven't ever fought it far enough to get there. But I have heard that it's a real thing. I've actually spoken to someone who went on the San Juan Social Club cruise with me last year that did it. So it gave me hope that we're going to be able to do it one year. By the way, guys, we're going on the San Juan Social Club cruise coming up in March. And if you guys are interested in that, send me something in the chat or talk to me on School. I'll send you a link and you could join us. We're going to be doing meetups on that cruise the whole time, Kevin. So you should come with us. And on that, we're probably thinking of launching a fund or a syndication. We're going to do something fun tied to real estate. And there'll be 500 power hitters, real estate investors and other entrepreneurs, and we want to have a big group. So the more people that come from the Flip Flop Flipper or Apex, the better.
And make sure you say that we referred you. It should say Robert Krager. Is that right?
Yes. I think so. Yeah. So if you guys want to do something with us and meet McKenna and meet Aiden and meet Robbie, come on the San Juan Social Club cruise and we'll have a good time. I think I'll have a table every night where you can choose to come and have dinner with me. And yeah, we'll have meetups along the way. And what'd you call me? I called you Aiden.
Oh, yeah, that's my name.
Yeah.
You're Roberto.
Hey, Roberto, I know you had a deal with someone who's managing a property for you. You put in the cash, he manages it. Are you willing to do that on the island? I want to do something similar. I think he's talking about your deal with TJ, or maybe he's talking about your deal with me.
What the deal he just described, I do with Adon. with McKenna, with Drew Schaffner, with TJ. I'm sure that I'm leaving people out. I'm open to
Juan Perlon.
Juan Perlon. I'm open to doing deals, Emmanuel. If you find a great deal, that's sort of the requirement, right? Like at this point, I'm very interested in investing with younger people than me. And so I think I'm 52 years old, maybe 53. I don't know how old I am, but anyways, I probably only have 30 or 40 more years where I can go this hard. So after that, what am I going to do? I need to have some younger people pick the baton up and go because I don't want to quit.
Yeah. As long as you don't keep messing with your toe, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna bleed out of that toe.
And when he says the requirement's a really good deal, make sure that when you present it to you have the purchase price, the renovation amount, what's it worth, what are you going to do with it, what, how much money do you need, what's the timeline. Like, guys, if you start the conversation without that data, it's just impossible to get anything done. So that's like the bare minimum to even start these conversations, guys. And if you go to Robert with that information, he'll talk to you all day about 20 different properties. But if you just show up and say, my neighbor has a house, it's not for sale, and I want to buy it, it's not a fun call. So get all.
We like to look at real estate that we know what we can pay for it. We have an idea of how we're going to make money on it, and then we try to negotiate from there, right? Like, so you're right, McKenna. I would say 9 out of 10 people who ask me about a deal probably don't even have a picture of the house, can't tell me the address, don't know how much the seller is going to be asking or if it's even for sale. They have no idea how much money it needs to fix it up or what it would be worth after the repairs. So what the hell am I supposed to do with that? What's anybody supposed to do with that? That's like, oh, great. So there's a house on your street. Okay, wonderful.
Cool.
Tell us, how much can we buy it for? What does it need to be fixed up? How much could we sell it for after we fix it up? Is there another way that we could make money?
Capiche.
And we'll even, workshop that stuff with you. If you bring that information, and you don't have a deal structure set up, we're happy to talk that through and get creative. But you have to have that base information.
Yes.
And if you do have that information, send us a message and we'll set up a call. And, we're always looking for more deals.
See.
All right.
And it does get easier too. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but you talked about Juan Perlon. So now I've done a dozen or more deals with Juan. The last one that I just did, he literally called me up on a Monday and said, "Hey, I need 50 grand. Can you show up tomorrow with it?" And I was like, "Sure. What are we buying?" It's like he gave me nothing. And then I showed up the next day with the money. So we'll do that. But I've also won with him a dozen times, right?
Yeah, that's a track record of success.
The track record of success is really important. And up until that point, I don't think we've ever done a deal that fast and with that little amount of information. Obviously, by the time I got to the table, I knew what I was buying and what we were going to do with it, what the game plan was. But it's easier to say yes to the guy who's made you, tens of thousands of dollars 10 times, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Well, guys, this has been a great call. We're way beyond our scheduled time. We do this every week, so add it to your calendar. It helps us out because then more people come. We're also our Thursday night masterclass this week. If you guys are in Apex, it got moved to this Wednesday. We're going over self-directed IRAs with Mike Rusica. If you have ever wanted to pay for a deal and make tax-free income on it, or if you have a deal and you don't know how to pay for it, you need to come to this week's class. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to talk about how you do your own self-directed Roth IRA and how you use other people's as your investors. So it's an amazing way to find money. It's an amazing way to manage your own money. And that's going to be Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Puerto Rican time. What do you guys call your time zone in Puerto Rico? GRT.
Or AST.
Hey, AST, that's it.
Yes. AST.
GRT, the last script I was told to buy.
5 p.m.
Oh, there you go.
Guys, thanks very much. I'll drop a link to that as well if you're not in Apex and you want to check out the masterclass.
I think that that's one of the most exciting masterclasses that we've had in a while. Like I think our masterclasses are phenomenal, but I'm really excited to talk with Mike Rusica. He knows his stuff, and not only is he going to talk about self-directed IRAs and 401ks, but if somebody asks him a question, he'll probably talk about buying distressed notes and how you can make piles and piles of cash with very little effort, just buying inexpensive second mortgages and letting them just kind of accrue the interest. So anyways, I hope to see you guys over there on Wednesday on the masterclass.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I think that's it for us. Good seeing everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.